Hello everybody and welcome to this brand new channel. My name is Scarhurst and I am going to be taking you through the latest 1.17 Snapshot update 21W10A. Really catchy name there, Mojang. I like your system and your style in particular. Just before we get started though, I do have to remind you all this is a brand new channel, so I don't have any subscribers, I don't have any followers. You wouldn't mind just, hitting that subscribe button or, giving me a like. If you want to show the love, please do. I'd really appreciate it. Just so you guys are aware, I'll be using the 21W10A official patch notes released by Mojang, which you can find really easily if you just go on your Minecraft launcher and then navigate to the patch notes section and you'll find them right at the top there. So let's go from the top. To begin with, we have finally the long-awaited, I'm so excited, Lush Caves have come to Minecraft. I spent quite a lot of time just looking around. They're just so pretty. There's something about overgrown caves. There's just, yeah, it works for me. Let's put it that way. Just in case any of you have tried to generate a random seed in the new Snapshot version and then failed to find a Lush Cave, that's because you can't. You can only find the Lush Caves, same as the Dripstone Caves in the previous Snapshot update, if you create a custom single biome world and then select the Lush Caves as your one spawning biome. To do this, nice and simple, once you're on the create a world screen, you just go to more world options and then in the world type you select single biome and then you select Lush Caves. Nice and easy. Okay guys, here we go. So in order as they appear on the patch notes, to begin with we have the introduction of cracked deep slate bricks and cracked deep slate tiles. So these have been added in, I'd say, mainly to keep in trend of what's been going on with blackstone and with stone, of having obviously the cracked variants of it. So I'd say this is a pretty consistent update. We got the infested variant of deep slate added as well. That means more silverfish. Yeah, thanks Mojang, you really wanted more silverfish in the game. Yeah, thanks. Anyway, apparently they won't generate in the world, but deep slate versions of copper, emerald, and coal ores have been added, and that's just for creators of maps and people who, want to do cool designs and things like that. But actually, if you start your own game, start your own seed, these won't spawn in the real world, unfortunately. And then we've got cobble deep slate can now be smelted into deep slate. Now that's kind of cool. I like that. Again, it's more in keeping with the way Minecraft deals with cobblestone being smelted into stone. So again, that just kind of makes more sense to me, really. And then we've got lightning rods can now be waterlogged. Doesn't really work, does it? I mean, that's a cool idea, but if lightning strikes water, does, like, everything get electrocuted? Maybe, if you want to comment down below if you've tried this out, maybe I'll give it a quick try now, actually. Fossils in the deepest part of the underground are now going to generate with diamond ore instead of coal ore. I mean, that's not a problem. Cool, awesome, more diamonds, less coal, can't complain about that. And some of the ore textures have been updated, and we'll have a look at those now. So yeah, just taking a look at some of the changes and textures that they've made. I mean, it's so noticeable, isn't it? Like how much better the one on the right here looks to the one on the left. They've got this idea of trying to make, the blocks a bit more distinct from each other, and they've really managed that, but they've also kind of improved the textures. It's kind of, at first you don't really see it, but then once you've trained your eyes and you kind of notice where the differences are, they just look so much nicer, it's all a bit more pristine and kind of feels a bit more natural, I guess. And having that kind of ugly texture, the reminiscent of the netherrack, and yeah, no, it just didn't sit right. So now we come to ore distribution, and they've released a new chart that's kind of showing us some pretty big changes in the way that ore is going to spawn in your Minecraft worlds. As you can see on the graph, wherever there's a larger portion of the shape is where you will encounter more of the ores. So we can see there that emeralds and iron are going to spawn a lot more commonly and frequently up at tall heights. So climbing those big mountains that are going to be introduced very shortly and probably an upcoming snapshot is going to be worthwhile if you're looking for emerald, you're looking for iron. Also, there are some new rules regarding air exposure and how that will affect where certain ores will spawn. It's a bit easier if you do actually go and look at the graph to see where this will affect you, but in particular it's going to be affecting lapis lazuli, which won't be spawning as often in certain areas depending on where you are. Again, I'd say go look at the graph. It's a lot easier if you have a reference point from there. Last but not least, guys, there's an important note that's tacked on, and that is the introduction of OpenGL Core 3.2, which is a new rendering pipeline system that Minecraft is going to be updating to run as its main graphics pipeline. Now, I'm not a graphics programmer, nor have I any background in doing graphics design, nor am I particularly good at coding. I did once try and make a game of Pong on Python, that didn't work. However, this has caused a few concerns for some people who evidently are running Minecraft on not incredibly powerful PCs, or potentially, like me, on a MacBook Pro. The snapshot notes say that with the introduction of OpenGL Core 3.2, there is a chance that Minecraft Java will no longer run on computers that do not meet the minimum system requirements. Computers that meet these system requirements shouldn't be affected. However, on the page there is also a listed recommended system requirements, which are in fact quite a bit more beefy than the minimum system requirement options. So the question on everyone's mind is probably, what does this all mean? I mean, you've just thrown a bunch of information at me. I mean, what the hell is OpenGL Core 3.2? I don't really care. I just want Minecraft to run on my computer. Effectively, what this is Minecraft putting down its first step forward in terms of trying to update the graphics of the main game. Obviously, up till now, there have been options for Java users to load up mod packs and shader packs of their own and, update the graphics that way. All Minecraft's really doing is just putting a function similar to that into the game. It's not a massive step up. I mean, just to begin with, OpenGL Core 3.2 is almost 10 years old now. I think it might be older. Yeah, 2009. There we go, guys. This is not real new technology, Mojang. I love the way you say it is, but it's not. But it is updating. This is giving the game a leg up, especially in an era when you see a lot of games now focusing on the potential future of ray tracing. This is like Minecraft kind of taking its first step towards going in that direction. Now, obviously, this does mean that running the game on things like this might become less feasible in the future. Now, that may be a sacrifice that Mojang is willing to make now that it potentially realizes that most of its key demographic have started to upgrade their gear. I think it's probably unlikely that most people buying a PC these days would accept anything under, I don't know, an Nvidia 1060 GeForce as a standard for gaming. And when you've got a market of that size, as Mojang already does, that all already are rigged up and they can run the game at much higher performance levels, Mojang is kind of lagging behind other games by not giving the option for vanilla players to actually incorporate more interesting graphics into their experience of the game. But the real question at hand is, will it run? Well, I did my tests on my beautiful MacBook Pro 2012, and the answer was yes, it will run. And minimum graphical specs, an integrated graphics card integrated into the main processing unit on my laptop, it did run. However, it ran with glitches, with lag that I didn't experience in 1.16 or 1.15 playthroughs. Obviously this is a snapshot, so things won't be as smooth, but I guess time will tell on this one. If you are sitting with a computer or a MacBook that is not of good enough quality, then should you be worried? Yeah, frankly, yeah, a little bit, but fingers crossed, we will wait and see how things progress. Also, guys, if any of you out there actually know anything about graphics processing and graphics design, leave a comment. I'd love to hear you show me up on how I know nothing about this. So yeah. And unfortunately, that is all, everybody. We are finishing up here today. Do be sure to like and subscribe, and do check out my other channel. It's ScarHZ, so ScarHZ, or ScarHurst, just, well, whatever. And thanks very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you for the next snapshot update coming up. See you soon.